Don't bid me leap, rather than marry Paris, from off the battlements of any tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me lurk, where serpents are, chain me with roaring bears, or hide me nightly in a charnel house, or covered quite with dead man's rattling bones, with leafy shanks of yellow chapless skulls, or bid me go into a new-made grave, and hide me with a dead man in his shroud. Things that to hear them told have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then, go home, be merry, give consent. To marry Paris, Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial. Being then in bed, and this selling liquor drink thou all. And presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep this native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The rose in thy lips and cheeks shall fade, to paly ashes thy eyes' windows fall, like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of self-government, shall stiff and stark and cold, appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of your country is, in thy best robes and covered on with the earth, thou shalt be born to the same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame, that no inconstant toy, nor womanish fear, abate thy valor in the acting.
Give me, oh tell not me of fear.
Hold get you gone, be strong and prosperous, and this resolve I'll send a friar speed to match you with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help me forward. Farewell, dear father. Well, what do we have here?
Well, she's dead. We don't exactly know why yet, or how. Don't seem to be any bullet wounds or stabs.
Interesting.
What was the time of death, Doc?
Well, judging by her body temperature, approximately sometime last night.
Do you have it taped off yet?
Yeah, we're going to use in every corner.
Alright, and do you have any witnesses? Any other victims? Maybe a serial killer?
Not that I can see.
Well,
But we're still canvassing the area.
alright. Well, it could be a suicide, possibly. Just don't know.
All we found so far is this bottle near the crime scene.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright, well, looks like we're done here.
Now time for a horticultural commercial break.
Fennel is an herb that smells good and is used in cooking and digestion. Plantains are used to treat blood poisoning. Wormwood tastes bitter. Mandrakes look human-like. Rosemary is used for remembrance. And weeds refers to clothing. Now back to the program. Reports, it looks like she was poisoned, but we can't tell by what poison or with who. And we'll definitely be toxing our patients with this case because our current technology isn't good enough to find a killer.
Come on, guys. These poison puns taint funny. Hey guys, did you hear the news? It's about the Julia Capulet case. Apparently she was found stabbed to death in a local cemetery.
Stabbed? Wasn't she poisoned?
I know. It's baffling me too in the entire precinct.
Well, how'd she get out?
She must have walked out of the morgue. We had guards there 24/7.
This all just doesn't add up.
Please reopen the case of my beautiful, poor little girl.
Yeah, we're very willing to reopen the case, especially now with the new gadgets and thingy bobs that will help us definitely be able to find the killer.
But first, you got any details for us that were hidden that were not told to the cops before?
Well, she went to go see the friar.
Bryan, which one?
Friar Lawrence.
This is very important information. We'll definitely make sure to go by his place and investigate him.
Alright, thank you, young fellows, for helping our poor old lady.
I'm 55.
Yes?
Hello, Mr. Lawrence. It's Friar Lawrence, isn't it?
Indeed.
We have to ask you some questions about the death of Julia Capulet.
I told everything I knew to the cops at the time.
We need to ask you a couple more.
Mrs. Lady Capulet is dying. We need to, she needs to be brought to peace before she dies. Can we please just come in? Alright.
So, what do you know that you didn't tell us before?
Well, you see, this poison of yours is really a sleeping potion that I gave to Juliet. She took the potion at home, which would feign her death.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold, fear, thrills through my veins. I almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she do here? My dismal scene, I need, must act alone. Come, Vial. What is this mixture? Do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no. This shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if be a poison which the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead? Lest in this marriage he should be dishonored, because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not. For he hath still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid in the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault? To whose foul mouth no health some air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, is it not very like the terrible conceit of death in night, together with terror of the place, as in a vault an ancient receptacle, where for this many 100 years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hour in the night spirits resort. Alack, alack, is it not like that I, so early walking with the loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals, hearing them, run mad, or, if I wake, shall I not be distraught? Environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage with some great kinsman's bone, as when they club, dash out my desperate brains. Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeing out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay. Romeo, 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 here's drink. I drink to thee.
Mistress? What mistress? Juliet! Fast, I warrant her. She. Why lamb, why lady? Fie, you slug of bed. Why love, I say, madame, sweetheart? Why bride? Why not a word? You take your pennyworth now. Sleep for a week, for the next night I warrant. The county parents hath set up his rest, that you shall rest but little. God forgive me, Mary and amen. How sound is she asleep? I must wake her. Madame, madame, madame. Hey, let the county take you in your bed. He'll fright you up. I faith, will it not be? What dress and in your clothes, and down again. I must needs wake you. Lady, 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 alas, alas, help, help, my lady's dead. Oh, where a day that ever I was born, some aqua vitae. Oh, my lord, my lady.
After she drank the sleeping potion, our plan was set into motion. However, factors uncontrollable by I or any of us disturbed it greatly to the point where they were both found dead. This cannot be blamed on anyone but fate itself.
Okay. Now we bring you a commercial break of vocab, drama, and poetry terms. Baleful is deadly or sinister. Body is lewd or obscene talk. Dirge is a song for mourning a dead person. Shrift, the act of being shriven. And carrion is the rotting dead body of an animal. An ellipsis flashes back to events from the past mingled. Conflict is the clash of actions, desires, ideas, or goals in the plot. Dramatis persona is the list of characters at the beginning of each play. Hero is the character that can find characters who collaborate and support one another. And stage props are properties used on stage such as furniture. Blank verse is unrhymed lines of iambic pentameter. Metonymy is the substitution of a word that relates to the object or person to be named. Meter is poetry's rhythm. Chaophony is the use of inharmonious sounds in close conjunction for effect. And verse is another word for poetry because it has rhythm.
Explanation. First, in Romeo and Juliet, things seem to happen inevitably. Friar Lawrence says, I'll send the friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord. Of course, this letter never makes it. This is nobody's fault at all and just seems to happen. Furthermore, the characters in Romeo and Juliet seem to believe in God's will as a reason for things to happen. Friar Lawrence says, Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, while trying to comfort the family members of Juliet after her fake death. This meant that they had a part in her life and heaven had a part in her death. In addition, Friar says, your part in her could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. This meant that they could not keep her from life, and it was just destined to happen. Finally, in Romeo and Juliet, the characters seem to recognize that they are being played by fate. In one instance, Romeo even calls himself fate's fool. Both Romeo and Juliet seem to recognize that they were destined to meet, but also destined to die at the hands of their marriage. During Juliet's monologue before she drinks the vial, she talks of Tybalt searching for Romeo. Oh look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. This could be her recognizing that Romeo is about to die.